everyone was laughing at me saying, "You're going to go up to Lincoln, Montana on a boondoggle. There's no way in hell this guy with no running water, no electricity, living in a 10 by 12 cabin is our Unabomber. It's just not possible." I go, "Everything's possible." When we first arrived, Candace and I and Dave Weber, first thing to do was to find him. And in all my years of fugitive cases and having to try to locate people, this was the easiest. We turned left at the little turnoff to get to Gearing Lumber, and we stopped the Pathfinder I was driving, and I started laughing. And Candace and Dave go, "What's so funny?" I go, "Right over there was his mailbox, T. Kaczynski." So we knew he was up there on the mountain somewhere. And through investigation and coordination with Butch Gearing, we located the cabin. The first question was, how did he get from a mountain cabin in Lincoln, Montana, to mail a package bomb in California? Well, bus drivers were interviewed. A couple of the drivers immediately went to Ted, picked out his photograph, said he gets on the bus late, only has a backpack with him, puts the hood up over his head, and goes sits in the back of the bus. And he stunk. One of the major points of the investigation was his quoting of some literature, a specific set of books. And Candace did a great job of finding out that all those books were available in Helena, Montana. And with that, the investigation just grew because more and more believers that Ted was the guy. As they kept adding additional agents to the team, the more intriguing the media had been following the case. They had been tracking the airline flights of our two leaders, Jim Freeman and Terry Turchie. Long story short, they had called and said, "We're going to, on 60 Minutes on Sunday, we're going to expose your activities in Lincoln, Montana in the hunt for the Unabomber." And of course, obviously, we didn't want that to happen because Ted would book and run to the mountains. So the search warrant was put together and signed overnight. And a lot of people thought that was going to be a weak search warrant. So we just got to get in the door. Max, Noel, Jerry Burns, the ranger, and Tommy McDaniel, they went up to the cabin under the ruse of being surveyors. Jerry had dealt with him face to face in the past. He yelled at the cabin, "Hey, Ted, come on out. You might want to be sure that we're not encroaching on your quarter acre." So the door creaked open, as was told to me, stuck his head out, and he started to go back in and get a jacket. Well, Max wasn't going to let him go back into the cabin. So Max did our usual takedown procedure and put him on his face, put his hands behind his back, and cuffed him. And then they brought him down to Candace and I at the Williams cabin, and I was responsible for having him read the search warrant. Wasn't real talkative. Stunk to high heaven because he had been using his dried feces for fuel all winter long. He was cold, so Candace gave him her coat to cover him up because it was cold. And then as I'm having him read the search warrant, I'll never forget him looking me in the eye and say, "Well, this should have been a semicolon, not a comma. Ted, read the damn search warrant. It doesn't matter about the punctuation. Just sign that it is a true reflection of what we're looking for." Everything halted, and the evidence team radioed that they had found what is suspected to be a live bomb, and we didn't have skeptics anymore. As I tell my children, I've been to the mountaintop. I'm on the downhill slide. But I'll always remember climbing up that mountain. So, yeah.